Hey guys, welcome to our online web lesson. We're going to be completing our last class, the future of web design. It's been a great month. I'm happy I had you guys in class and I really enjoyed our time together. If you have any questions outside of this lesson, please feel free to call me on my mobile phone at 407 603 1766 or message me on the platform. I'd also be happy to create any tutorials for you or to walk you through any of the lessons or anything that you would like to learn that maybe even we didn't learn in this class. All right, so just to review our last class, we talked a little bit about HTML and CSS, and we mentioned JavaScript. Um, and they're the three languages that we really want to pay attention to. With HTML, it again defines the content. For instance, an H1 tag suggests that whatever is enclosed in that tag is the most important information on the page. Importantly, search engines like Google use it to help them understand what the page is about, or at least what you say the page is about. They'll use hundreds of other factors too. When we talk about CSS, cascading style sheets, they tell the browser where things should be in place on the page and what they should look like. Remember, you can think of it like this. In Word, you can open a blank document and begin typing, or you can use styles, which will allow you to make changes to, for example, all of the headings in the document at once. Everything that you've labeled as a particular style can be changed at once in the entire document. You don't have to go through and make changes one by one, eliminating a lot of work and the possibility that you'll miss one. CSS, likewise, allows you to make changes across the entire website all at once. So remember how we saw that one image and it showed, changing the CSS and not having to change any of the HTML files and having different CSS and being able to apply it. Also, the one way to recognize HTML, remember, was the open caret and closed caret, where we had the open brackets with the colon and the closed brackets with CSS. All right. So now we're going to get into the future of web design. First thing that you guys should be looking at is Blended Learning number 12, the future of web design. And based on the article you read from Search Engine Watch, what do you believe are the most important web design trends of 2016? I'm going to go ahead and post a discussion forum so you guys can go in and answer this question. I'm going to put a discussion for this block. It will say block 9. And I will have any of the questions that we have in this discussion. I want you guys to go ahead, pause it, go to the platform as you're watching it, and put in what you believe or answer it based off of the questions that go with this. So for the first one, I want you guys to type in something for Blended Learning 12 and enter in what do you believe the most important web design trends for 2016 are. And I believe, was this the article that you guys read? Yeah, this was it. And so this is the what we are referencing based off some of the trends. They talk about, let's see, doing different types of designs. Let's see. Patterns, not pages in design. No, thank you. Disney grade animation, super saturated web pages. And again, they are trends, but you have to decide, are trends worth it? Or, is the functionality more what you want to focus on as well? Blur up background images, subtle loading states, mullet websites, preloaders. Preloaders are huge, and a lot of times they're used for ads. So it's a good way to get interest or to do internal marketing or to make your advertisers happy. Scroll jacking, passive aggressive pop-ups, which can be so annoying, but from a marketing standpoint, so effective. Saying so long to the hamburger, getting rid of this menu, and putting a tab menu instead on the sides. So you basically just want to stay up to date on the trends and make sure that you are staying up to date with everything that is changing, and so that you are at least aware and you understand how the functionality is changing. Okay. The next thing to just talk about was the different experience, or a different device, a different experience. So remember how we talked about needing to make sure the user experience is positive regardless of what device they're on. We looked at, tablets, computers, mobile devices. Well, banking sites are a really good example of this. People visit banking sites on the phone and do not want all the distractions that the full website offers. Um, and this is where intentions come into play. And they have actually even other things that they are doing now with websites and banks that they'll even call you back so that you don't have to wait for them or even contact them on computer anymore. But anyway, that's off topic. So in this example on the desktop, SunTrust wants us to make it easy for users to get access to their accounts, which is why the sign is on the left, near the top of the page. Is that where you guys would put it? What's the first thing you see on the page and why? You guys can go back to the discussion board and enter in your answers on this one. Note that this is a site that any visitor looking for banking services might land on. So what is the design intention? What do they want you to do? What does SunTrust want you to do if you're not a current customer? And how they balance that with your need as a current customer? Because there are two different intentions in coming to this page. Now look at the mobile site and know that this is not SunTrust's mobile app, but it's their site as it appears on mobile devices. So if you were to type in on your Safari or your Chrome app, suntrust.com, it's going to take you to this webpage instead, or one that looks similar. We see, things are obviously pared down quite a bit, and the focus is on existing customers, making it easy for them to access their accounts. So where this one and the website, you have the intention of both new and existing customers, yet the mobile only focuses on existing customers. They use data analysis and trending information and information even from Google Analytics to determine who their customer on the mobile app is. And they, curtail the information to them. So right now, go to suntrust.com on your phone and scroll down and click on the link to suntrust.com. This is going to take you to the full site, and so you'll see it just like the regular website. What is the user experience like there? Can you easily find what you're looking for? Go back to your discussion board and enter this in. You can even feel free to add a screenshot if you like. Go ahead and pause this, go to the discussion board and for this lecture and put in that information. And make sure that you put, SunTrust conversation. All right. We are going to do an in-class activity. I believe. Let's see. This is on the platform for you guys to enter in a place. Wrong one. You have the Block 9 mobile design. Let's see. Okay, this might be the right one here. Yes, it is. So you can go to the in-class activity and upload your design there. So basically, look at it this way. You've been hired to design a new site for superbowl.com. They want to create a site that will offer a good user experience for visitors who come to their site from a mobile device. Thus, they want to use a mobile-first approach. So you're going to go log on to ninjamock.com, then click Start Design Now and choose a device. Be prepared to share your results with the class, including why you made your decisions. Post on FSO under the in-class exercise for Block 9. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And do you guys really understand, what good user experience is? Remember what we've talked about in user experience and being able to navigate. Make sure also that you're following, instructions to create a design for a phone or for a tablet. All right, so go ahead, pause this, go there, and enter in your content on the in-class activity. All right. Now that you guys have done that and been able to discuss everything back and forth and maybe commented on each other's designs, and I'll go in and comment for you guys as well, we're going to talk about trends versus functionality. All right. Sorry, I jumped the gun a little too fast. All right. So trends in web designs change. Sometimes, for the good and sometimes for the bad. And you want to have a website that looks current, but most importantly, you want a website that serves your visitor's needs. So you have to always think out what is it that your visitor needs and are you providing it to them? We talked about the event in class. If you were having an event, what are the different things that they need to know? Well, you also want to think about this within your website. What are the needs of your customer? One recent trend has been one-page parallax designs sites. So look at this site. And you guys can go and pull it up on your the website right here, water.nature.org/liquid courage. What do you like and what don't you like? If you were not required to be waiting for the site to load, would you have waited or would you have left? Think about this type of thing because you need to understand, will your customer wait or will they not? Is it something that's going to keep them around, or is the creativity, is it worth it? And so you will have to understand your consumer and you have to know who they are. And there are many factors within their demographics and their psychographics that play into this. So make sure you guys then go to the discussion board and you enter in, what do you like, what don't you like? And if you were not required to be waiting for the site to load again, would you have waited or would you have left? Go ahead and do that now. All right. And the title right here says, don't get too caught up in the fashion. Think about, what would you think of if you landed on this from your phone? Liquid courage is a dish best served on a larger screen. Does that make sense, given that people are increasingly using mobile devices to access websites? You need to, put things in perspective. Think outside the box from your company and organization, how it's going to be viewed. This is also similar to the issue, which fortunately is becoming less common, of sites not functioning properly using different browsers.. This site is best viewed on Choose a Browser. it's frustrating, to users who are probably not likely to opening a different browser unless they really, really want to get into your site. And so you need to think about who your consumer is, and do they want to be able to open a different browser? Do they want, have to? Similarly, most people are probably not going to go back to the site on a different device. All right. So, beyond design, will anyone ever find your site? So your design choices can impact how search engines rank your site, and we talked about this with SEO. And even the way that you name things, name files, and everything that you're doing, or the way that your site functions. And it's dangerous to focus solely on design without considering how your choices may impact your rankings. Because if you're ranked in the top 3, you're going to see a lot more conversions and a lot more visitors. And as we said before, a beautiful site isn't worth much if no one can find it. So think about all this when you're creating your design. Is it functionable? And I told you guys, I was a designer and I had to work with the user experience team. And they would give me the layouts and they give me the wireframes and they would tell me, okay, you have to build the design on this wireframe and make it look good based off of this, because they were looking at the functionality the user need and they were analyzing all that information. And then as a designer, I had to make it look appealing. All right, so beyond design intent. A recurring theme in this course has been intent. We've talked about what is the intent of the user. What is the intent of, the creator, of the host? Think about these questions. What do visitors to your site want to accomplish? As you're analyzing, your site design, what is it that they want to accomplish? Because you want to make sure that you're getting them from point A to point B in as few steps as possible. And then you also look at, what do you want to accomplish? Right? What do you want them to accomplish? So what do they want and what do you want them to do? And when is there intersection between the two things? Remember that graph we had of the two circles in the intersecting? You need to think about that information. All right. So I want you guys to go ahead and watch this video. You can pull it up. It's https://youtu.be/capital W lowercase r p k capital F R O lowercase q capital R 0Q. It's 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Go ahead and pause this and watch the video. All right. So as more and more users visit websites via mobile device, it becomes increasingly important that sites load quickly on those devices. Users, especially those who are paying for data, which has been changing recently, but it's still important, are impatient. And if a site loads slowly, it's literally costing them money. And people won't want to watch or view sites that are costing them a lot because it's eating up all their data. So as a result, Google and dozens of publishers recently collaborated on a project called AMP, Accelerated Mobile Pages, AMP, designed to make the mobile web pages faster. And so you've probably noticed that more and more people, are able to access mobile sites or using mobile sites. It's an open source project, so this input comes from a wide variety of sources. AMP strips out fancy design in favor of speed because it is, again, important. You do not want it sucking up all your data. And you want to be able to access things quickly. It's an important development and the perfect example of why we need to always be learning about what's happening in the field. So keep reading and understanding what you're doing. While AMP itself is likely to evolve over time, knowing that it's becoming relevant is important to your success. I want you guys to note that with WordPress and other CMS plugins, they're often created around such developments. In this case, there are several WordPress plugins that can make a creation of accelerated mobile pages easier on your site. So always consider these different things and always keep reading up on the latest technology and involvements. All right. So something to think about. I want you guys to go in and look at how you guys could implement AMP on your site. Go ahead and log into your WordPress site's admin area right now. Go to Plugins, and then go to Add New, and search for Accelerated Mobile Pages. Which of any of these would you add to your site, and why would you do it? I want you guys to consider the number of active installs, the star rating, when was it last updated, and the required WordPress version. There are plugins for virtually anything you want to do on a WordPress site. For creating a contact form, to adding a calendar, to doing SEO. You can even add in design plugins. However, adding in too many plugins can make a site sluggish and create risk. So don't overdo it. And you can deactivate them even if you activate them or delete them. This might also be a good time to discuss the fact that WordPress is updated frequently. And it's important to keep up to date with the updates, since many of them are correcting security issues. So you want to log in frequently and make sure that you're continually doing updates. You're not required to add an AMP plugin to your site, but you may want to consider doing so if you wish, because it will increase your SEO ranking. And you guys have many months before you have me again in social media and sports marketing. And when you have me there, you're going to be using these brand sites. And the higher they're ranked, the more people will see them. And the more content you add and continuing to add, the higher they will be ranked in search engines. And it will benefit you later along the line. And you'll be more comfortable writing and creating content and knowing how to manipulate your WordPress site. Remember, practice makes perfect. You guys will not continue to improve if you're not continually using the tools and using tutorials. All right. So right now, I want you guys, you're going to have a challenge. And I want you to, again, go back to the platform. And your challenge is, congratulations, the National Women's Soccer League has hired you to create a new website. Considering all you've learned on this class, I want you guys to create basically a project brief or informational architecture. You need a header, an infographic, a mood board, a wireframe, or these are optional. Existing web evaluation, and anything else you've learned in this month. If any of you guys want to do something together and then put it on a platform, you can. Or you can do this individually, since you'll be watching this separately. And then you're going to upload them to the class discussion board. And even if you want to do a video, you can do that and upload it. It's up to you. So basically, I want you guys to go in and create a project brief and the information architecture. It doesn't have to be too detailed, but just something, and I want you to comment on each other's posts. So to go ahead, take a break and do that. And then we've already gone through your homework assignment. So once you have done that, if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me. But I want you guys to reply to each other's discussions. I will have a post. I'm going to add it to your Chrome, and it's going to be under your activities. And it will be under Block 9, and it's going to say in-class discussions. So anything I've mentioned here, you guys can go ahead and do that there. All right. Feel free, again, to contact me if you have any questions. Have a Merry Christmas, and we've done it. I look forward to seeing the rest of your work. All right, take care, guys. Bye.